Oh yeah, so there's gonna be a quick little spoiler for Attack on Titan season 4. So if you haven't seen season 4 yet, which you should, there's gonna be a teensy weensy itsy bitsy little spoiler sprinkled in the video. If I remember, I'll put like a timestamp for it, just so you know. It's not any. I mean, it's kind of major. One is major, the other isn't, but just don't throw that out there. So, yeah. Also, I should probably mention this too. I doubt it, but if any manga readers find this and they like try to spoil the video, I'm gonna have to block those because I don't want anime only to get spoiled like that. So yeah, just had to throw the little precaution out there. All right, let's get on with this ranty video. Dear quote-unquote Attack on Titan fans, stop attacking Mappa for them handling the final season the way they are. It's not cool. Like, don't do it. And in case you don't know what's going on Twitter, of course, and I think Twitter is like the most what's the word I'm looking for? The most where you'll see it at. There's been a lot of people attacking Studio Mappa for them doing certain things with Attack on Titan, because this is Twitter we're talking about, and literally with anything, people on Twitter will be upset about it. So there have been a couple episodes, not a couple episodes. Like, what episode was it? I think it was episode 3 or 4. I think it was for both of them, to where Mappa used like a wrong music score for a certain scene, and people on Twitter were like, what was it? Okay, I think it was the episode called Declaration of War. Yeah, it was. To where near the end of the episode, when spoilers in 3, 2, 1, to where I'll put a spoiler tag up. Basically, to where Eren transformed and he attacked Willy. And there were people saying that was bad because they didn't use like the proper music score for it, and so people were sending death threats to people who were in charge of the episode. And with last week's episode, people were like, "Oh my God, they're using so much CGI when they really don't have to," and it's like maybe they just used it just because, like. The way I see it is, even if you're not a fan of the CGI or whatever, you don't have to send death threats to the people who are working on the show. Like, they're already stressed out with the legacy of Attack on Titan, and they're also doing Jujutsu Kaisen, which, I mean, I haven't heard any complaints from that. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just not following enough people who watch the show, but it's like, you guys have no lives. You're sending. Not lives. You guys are just like horrible people for sending death threats to Mappa for this. Not even Mappa, the people working on the episode. Like, I'll say it myself. I don't like the CGI in certain parts, like other Attack on Titan people have said. Like, there are certain parts that look kind of wonky, but I'm not gonna go on Twitter and be like, "Oh my God, whoever worked on this, you're a piece of garbage," because it's not doing anything. Like, what is that going to accomplish? Cool, you sent a death threat. Oh my God, you're so cool. Man, everyone must love you for doing that. It's like, it's not cool to do that. Alright? Like, it's really not. Like, I hate to be this person, but if you don't like the CGI, just read the manga. There's no CGI there. And speaking of manga, I'm a manga reader, so I hate to break it to you, but if you think the CGI is bad right now, just, whoo, boy, you are not going to like the rest of the season, because it's only going to get worse from here. Trust me. There are certain scenes, manga readers know what I'm talking about, and yeah, it's not going to be pretty. So just prepare for that. If you're already complaining about this, honestly, I would just tell you to drop the anime, because, like I just said, you're not gonna like what's gonna come really soon. Not really soon, but the latter half of the season. If they don't cut the season in half, which I think they are. I think in April they're gonna end there, which I think is like episode 120. Sorry, not episode 120. Like episode 70 or something, because we're at episode 64. So they're gonna cut there, and yeah, I would just tell you just to drop it and stop sending death threats to people, because what happens, right? You guys keep on sending death threats, and right, what if Mappa just says, you know what? We're not gonna work on the show no more. We're gonna hand it off to another studio, and then you guys would be even more upset. Like, what if Attack on Titan went to Studio Period, or if it went to Studio Dean, and yeah, you know how they butchered Seven Deadly Sins season, what was it, 3, 4? Imagine that with Attack on Titan. You guys would be upset with that too. So it's like, don't send death threats. It's like what a bunch of other people have said about this. It's okay to not like certain aspects of the CGI or the show. Like I said, I'm one of them. Like in the last episode, to our spoilers again, 3, 2, 1, to where Eren ripped the Warhammer Titan like umbilical cord thing. It looked bad. I wasn't a fan of it, but like I said before, I'm not gonna go on Twitter and tell the people who worked on that episode, hey, don't do that. That looks really bad. I mean, you could say that, but don't send them death threats. Basically, don't say, yo, this is bad. Go kill yourself, because it's not cool to do. They're just doing their job. This is their livelihood. This is how they get paid. This is how they take care of their family. And, you know, God forbid, but what if one of them actually does kill themselves? Then I'm willing to bet the people who send in death threats would be the first people to be like, oh my god, we need to protect our artists. Or not artists. You know, they're artists because they work on stuff. You guys would be the first ones to do that. And it's just incredibly uncalled for. So the moral of the story is, I think I've gotten everything across. Don't send death threats to animators. They're animators, there we go. Don't send death threats to animators. They're doing their job as best they can. Alright? It's not like, you know, they can go to wherever to work on this. I think they do it from home because of this current arc of the world we're going through. So leave them alone and let them work the way they have to. Once again, you can hate things, but you don't have to send death threats to the artists or animators. Why do I keep on saying artists? God, my mind is stuck on the word artist. That's about it. Thank you, Mappa, for you guys doing your best with Attack on Titan. Just know that the people who are sending death threats to your animators are not. The majority of the people in the Attack on Titan community do not agree with that. It's not cool. It's not cool with any show. Like, while I'm still here, this reminds me of when I think Naruto and Bleach both had this. When Naruto ended and Naruto didn't end up with, spoiler, Sakura, people, I think they like burned their Naruto stuff. Either it was Naruto or Fairy Tail. I think Bleach too. But when those shows ended, I mean, it's whatever. I think Kishi got death threats. I can't remember if Kubo did. I don't remember if Hiro Mashima did either. But yeah, it's just like you're just wasting your time and energy on sending them death threats. It's not like they're gonna be like, well, oh no, I have a letter of death threats. I have to redo the ending. They don't care. It's their show. Let them do whatever they want to do with it. So yeah, I think that's everything. Once again, the moral of the story, don't send death threats to Mappa or any of its creators, because it's not cool. And if you do, then go seek help, honestly. Go seek help, or like, just don't consume any type of show. Don't consume any type of show that has to get adapted, because you might not like it, and you sending death threats is not going to change or do anything about it. Alright, I think I've gotten everything I need to get out. So that'll do it for this little rant tea video. I haven't done one of these in a little bit. And before I leave, hashtag thank you Mappa.